So I think I found what might be the most affordable automatic latte machine on the market. And there is a ton of options. There's the big fancy ones, there's some smaller ones, but this one from Mr. Coffee does all the basic functions, just with none of the extra frills and none of the extra features that you get with the other ones. So we're gonna try all three options today. We're gonna make an espresso shot, we're gonna make a latte, and we're gonna make a cappuccino and see how they taste and see how well it works. Let's get into it. First of all, everything that comes with the machine. This is for your espresso shots. It has two sizes. This is the double shot, and this is the single shot. You have your scooper here so you can get the perfect amount every single time. 1 scoop for a single shot, 2 scoop for a double, and a little pounder on the other end to make sure you can pack it down. The actual machine's pretty simple. This top area is a warmer for your espresso cups. That way you're not putting warm espresso into a cold cup and it stays at the perfect temperature. It only has a few functions, like I said, espresso, cappuccino, and latte. And you can also make some custom drinks and froth and a few other functions, but we're just gonna stick with the basics that most people will use. One of the parts I really like at the bottom here is it's perfect for tall cups, but if you want a short cup like an espresso shot, pull this out, put your espresso cup, that way you get no splash at all. And this is your milk frother where you put your milk inside. The great part about this piece is when you're not using it, you can actually store it in the fridge with all the milk. That way you don't have to leave the milk out and it stays good the whole time. You can also select the amount of froth that's coming out by using this dial. And we can tilt the actual nozzle here to make sure it goes directly in the cup. So because this has no automatic grinder in it, we have to grind our own beans. And for that, I'm gonna be using this. This is the Supreme Cuisinart coffee grinder. And I find it works really well in combination with a machine like this where you have to grind your own beans. Take the top off. You can pour an excess amount of beans inside. Put your top on. And now using this dial, we can select how fine we want it. Now for espresso, you do want it pretty fine. I'll go right about there to make it very fine. Now we can select the amount of grinds we want. I'm gonna go halfway. I think it's 12 tablespoons, but I don't know how much that actually does. Press start. Now pull it out and check that out. Those are some pretty fine grinds in there. Perfect for espresso. All right, let's get our Mr. Coffee machine set up, starting with filling up this removable back water reservoir up. It's actually a pretty decent size and I appreciate that. This should last quite a few drinks. And it just slides in perfectly in the back here and you're good to go. And it just has a little power switch on the back here to turn it on. While that's going, let's fill up our milk frother. You can see it shows a max fill line. We're gonna go about 3/4 and slide it back in your machine. And now just select the amount of froth you want. I'm gonna go about 3/4 of the way. So we're gonna do all single shots. So I have to remove the current double filter right here. These can be kind of annoying to remove sometimes. So now that we have that one removed, pop your single in. And it looks like this thing has a tool here to help you get it down. I think that's what this is for. Maybe I could be wrong, but we got that locked into place. Now we have to fill this up with a scoop of grinds. Take our nice fine grinds here. Take a scoop and just kind of shake it off a little bit. Take our espresso shot and just try to get it in there and then just tamp it down really tight. So I give it a couple good presses till it feels pretty compact. Do it over something so you're not spilling like me. So this is espresso shot number 1. We're gonna put it in. Oh, that was actually really hard to twist on. I don't know if I was cross-threading it or something, but I did get it on eventually. That was a little rough though. So I think let's start with our shot of espresso. We're gonna use this little hidden compartment. Give us a little taller room there. There we go. And then we should be able to click the espresso button. You can see when we click it once, it goes there. And it's at a single shot right now. So we have our espresso shot and look at that creme on top. I'm gonna put this up top to keep warm and we're gonna make our next drink. Since this is more of a manual automatic machine, we do have to change, of course, the grinds every time. You're gonna notice it's basically like a big compact puck. I put mine in this composter machine, so we just give it a little tap. Sometimes the full thing comes out and you just have to tap it out and you can see it's clean underneath. So for drink number 2, we can push this in like that. And we're gonna make a latte. So we have a bigger cup here, put it underneath. And we have to get this milk frother right inside the cup like that. You can see I positioned it inside. And let's press the latte button. And now we can see our espresso shot coming down. That looks pretty good to me. Let's put this to the side and make a cappuccino now. Same process. And now we take our last mug for our cappuccino. I didn't have another clear one, so I'm going to use this one. And press that cappuccino button. So last one right here, this is our cappuccino. I think the only difference is the amount of froth between the latte and the cappuccino. I don't actually know, but let's give these a try. So we have all three up here. We're gonna start with our espresso shots. Let's give this a try. Oh, yeah, that's an espresso shot. I need some sugar in that. It's good. It's an espresso shot though. Oh my God. This is our latte. Let's give it a try. Nice and creamy, a ton of froth, good espresso flavor. It's not bad. Again, I need some sugar syrup in here, simple syrup, something, some vanilla syrup. Lastly, our cappuccino, which you can see doesn't have a lot of froth compared to our latte. I think that's the difference. I'm not a coffee pro, just a rookie. I actually like that better with a little less froth, but really good. So the last thing I want to show you is the cleanup. Of course, we're going to remove our last coffee grinds right here. I suggest rinsing this off a bit. Then the next easiest thing to do is remove your pads right here that were holding your drink up. This is easy to clean, and if you rinse it out after every use, it's going to stay fresher and it's going to be easier to clean going forward. And this is one of my favorite parts of this machine. Not every machine does this with their milk frothers. Pull it out, take this, and you can plop it right back there in my messy fridge. There it is. And lastly, if you also got this upper one wet, you can also clean that off as well. So things I like, it's a really simple, easy to use machine, but it's not even close to as good as the machines that do all the work for you. Now, with that being said, it is a lot more budget friendly, so I did keep that in mind. It's really simple enough that anybody can use it. It's super easy to clean, but the material that it's made out of does not seem like it's going to be made to last for the long run. Overall, super solid machine, and I hope this review helped you make a better decision if you want to get one.